Kitaku.
Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Worth the Roll video. In today's video, we'll be discussing if the latest raid-up gacha for Fate Grand Order USA, the Olympus Gacha Part 1 featuring Dioscuri and Caenis, is worth your Saint Quartz. Let's go ahead and start the video and talk about Caenis first. Caenis is a 4-star Lancer who has one of the lowest HPs in the Lancer class, but has the second highest attack among the 4-star Lancers. Her MP and star generation gain is on the average side, and her command card deck consists of 2 Quicks, 1 Arts, 2 Buster, which all do 3 hits, and her extra attack does 5. Looking at these stats alone, she is 100% an attacker. Now let's get to her skills. Her first skill is Monstrous Strength B+, which allows to increase her own attack for 2 turns from 20 to 40% depending on the level of the skill. Her second skill is Halberd of Pillaging B, and this skill allows her to grant herself an on-attack activate buff for 3 attacks for 3 turns, basically increasing her own normal attack for 1 turn, and she can also inflict attack down by 10% for 1 turn to the enemy she attacked with her normal attack. The attack buff is from 10 to 20% depending on the level of the skill. Later on, this skill will receive a buff that allows her to gain 20% MP gauge and gain up to 15 critical stars for 3 turns. Her last skill is Poseidon Blessing Affection of the Sea God A. This skill reduces her own damage taken for 3 attacks for 3 turns and grants herself Guts for 1 time 3 turns. The damage reduction is up to 3000 HP depending on the level, and the Guts received HP is also up to 3000 HP, so she does have survivability. Her passives are Magic Resistance C, which increases her own debuff resistance by 15%, a Mad Enhancement EX, which increases her own Buster performance by 12%, which is actually really nice because she is a Buster type Lancer, and Sea God's Essence B, which increases her own damage by 225, and own Arts card by 8%. Now, onto her Noble Phantasm. Caenis is a Buster focused servant. Her Noble Phantasm is of course a Buster, and it's an AoE MP that increases her own critical damage by 50% for 3 turns, and this of course activates before her MP hits, allowing for more crit damage. The overcharge effect will increase her MP damage for 3 turns, which also activates before hit and can increase the damage up to 30%. Like I said earlier, Caenis is an attacker 100%. She can hit hard. What is also nice is that she actually has a decent defense, even having really low HP. She is able to fit in a lot of setups that helps focus her attack and crit damage, but she does suffer from consistency when it comes to the crit damage. Plus, there are other servants that can actually do more damage than her. If everything goes correctly, she's an amazing servant, but if it doesn't, then, she's on the decent side. Now let's go to Dioscuri. Dioscuri is a 5-star Saber Servant who has solid stats, but their attack is on the lower side for their class, but above average when it comes to servants as a whole. Dioscuri has amazing MP and star generation gain due to their command card deck and hit count. 2 Quicks, which is 5 hits, 2 Arts, which is 4 hits, 1 Buster, which is 2 hits, and an extra attack that does 5 hits. Let's go to their skills now. First skill is Stars of the Chief God A, which allows for both Quick and Arts cards to grant a on-attack activation buff for 3 turns. They will gain more MP gauge when attacking with their quick cards and more critical stars when they attack with their arts cards. The MP gain can go up to 10% and the crit stars can go up to 10 stars. Their second skill is Guardians of Navigation B. It increases the party's MP damage up to 15% for 1 turn, increases party's attack up to 15% for 1 turn, and grants the party's debuff immunity for 1 time 3 turns. Their third skill is Monoburst A. This skill will increase both their quick and art cards up to 20% for 3 turns and grants them evade for a turn. They have a lot of passive skills. Magic Resistance A, increase own debuff by 20%, Riding B, increase quick guards by 8%, Mad Enhancement B-, which increases buster cards by 7.5%, Avenger B increases own MP generation when taking damage by 18%, and 500% chance to reduce party's debuff resistance by 8% except self. Oblivion Correction C increases own critical damage by 6%, Self-Replenishment Magic D, charge own MP gauge by 3% every turn, and Twin God's Essence B increases own damage by 225, increase own MP generation by 5%, and increase own critical star generation by 5% as well. Their Noble Phantasm is a single target which ignores invincibility for a turn and deals more damage while ignoring defensive buffs. The overcharge effect is reducing their art and quick resistance for 3 turns up to 30%. Dioscuri basically has everything you want for an art focused single target saber. Their passive skills alone is insane. With their passive skills, command card hit count, they are able to consistently activate their noble phantasm and even do amazing damage. They are a really balanced servant and very useful when it comes to challenge quests. Overall, I think Dioscuri is one of the best DPS servants in the game, especially for their class, the saber class. It's arguable to say they might just be the best single target saber in the game, but that's of course if you have the right setup and stuff. Now, are both of these servants worth the roll? Dioscuri, yes. Caenis, meh. Honestly, if you already have a really good single target saber, it's okay to skip on Dioscuri, but they are a really fun servant to play with. Of course, I'm talking about gameplay wise. If you guys just want them because you like the servant, then hey, they're always worth the roll. So there you guys have it. That is my opinion on both Dioscuri and Caenis. As of right now, Dioscuri, I mean, yeah, they're strong, but they get even stronger with specific supports coming out later on. And Caenis, I mean, Caenis is Caenis. Like she still is on the miss side even today in the JP version. Hopefully they do something with her first skill. I feel like her first skill does need a buff, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, that's basically about it. Comment down below and tell me if you guys rolled already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.